The basket crashed to the ground and split open. Fish burst out, slapping against the wet sand, shining, alive, impossible to ignore. Nanna spun around just as Hans grabbed the rope tied around the basket. "Hey! Leave that," he shouted, lunging forward. Someone yanked the rope harder. "So you have a voice now?" Nan dropped beside the fish instantly, scooping them back with shaking hands. "Please," she said, her voice tight but steady. "We caught them at the river. We didn't steal." A crowd had already formed. Too quickly. People always appeared quickly when something good did. "Fish like this?" a man scoffed. "From 2 orphans?" Another voice cut in. "During festival week?" Laughter rippled. Nanna clenched his fists. "We fished all night." "Ask the river." That made them laugh harder. "Ask the river," one of the elders repeated. "Listen to him." A foot came down hard on the basket, cracking the wood. "Enough," the elder said. "This catch belongs to the village." Nan looked up sharply. "No, sir. Others fish every day. Nobody stops them." "That is different," the elder snapped. "They are known. You are not." Silence fell, heavy and sharp. From the back of the crowd, a familiar voice spoke. "Calm. Old. Unafraid. Remove your foot." Everyone turned. Mama Esi stood there, leaning on her walking stick, her cloudy eyes lifted toward the sound of flapping fish. "I said remove your foot," she repeated. The man hesitated, then stepped back. "You raised thieves," someone muttered. Mama Esi smiled faintly. "No. I raised children." The fish were taken anyway. By the time the sun climbed higher, the basket was empty, and the twins stood with nothing but wet hands and burning eyes. As the crowd dispersed, Nan whispered, "Why do they hate us?" Nanna didn't answer. He watched the villagers walk away with their fish, laughing, already planning the feast. Mama Esi tapped her stick once against the ground. "Come," she said. "Hunger is lighter when you walk away from noise." That night, the hut was quiet. Nanna sat outside, staring at the dark line of the river in the distance. Nan sat beside him, knees pulled to her chest. "We did everything right," she said. "Didn't we?" "Yes," Nanna replied. "We waited. We shared. We respected. Then why does it feel like we're being punished?" Before he could answer, Mama Esi spoke from inside. "Because goodness makes lazy people uncomfortable." They turned. She stepped into the doorway slowly. "People do not hate you because you are poor," she said. "They hate you because you remind them of what they have forgotten how to be." Nanna swallowed. "What will we eat?" Mama Esi smiled gently. "Tomorrow." Tomorrow came, but the river did not. Fishermen returned before midday with empty nets. "Strange," one said loudly. "Not even small fish." Another laughed nervously. "Maybe they moved deeper." By evening, whispers filled the village. On the second day, arguments started. "I told you not to take more than needed. You talk as if fish listen to rules. This has never happened before." Nan stood at the edge of the river, watching men cast nets again and again, pulling up nothing. Nanna leaned closer. "Do you feel that?" "Feel what?" "The river," he said. "It's quiet. Too quiet." By the third day, fear crept in. Children cried at empty pots. The festival drums remained silent. Smoke stopped rising from cooking fires. An elder stood in the square and cleared his throat. "This is temporary," he announced. "The river will return." A woman shouted back, "Return from where?" No one answered. That evening, 2 men came to Mama Esi's hut. "We need to talk," one said stiffly. She nodded. "I know." They sat on low stools. Nanna and Nenne listened from inside. "You warned us," the elder said. "At the fish." "Yes." "Why?" Mama Esi tilted her head. "Because I remembered." The men exchanged looks. "Remembered what?" "The last time this village forgot gratitude." Silence. One man whispered, "That story is old." "Yes, Mama Esi said softly. But rivers are older." That night, Nenne woke suddenly. "Nana," she whispered urgently. "Do you hear that?" They sat up. The sound wasn't loud, it was movement. Deep. Continuous. They ran outside. Villagers were already gathering, pointing in panic as the river's edge shimmered unnaturally. The water was shifting. Not flooding. Turning. Someone screamed. "It's leaving." Mama Esi stepped beside the twins, calm as dawn. "It was never yours," she said. "You only borrowed it. If this story is already pulling you in, stay with us. And if stories like this matter to you, remember to like this video, it helps others find it." The river did not return the next morning. People stood at its edge in silence, staring at the new curve the water had carved overnight. The old fishing spots were dry, cracked like broken plates. The new path cut through land no one had prepared for, deep and unreachable. "This is witchcraft," a man hissed. "No," another replied shakily. "It's punishment." Arguments broke out before the sun climbed high. "You were the one shouting when the fish were taken. And you were laughing." "Don't point at me." Nanna and Nenne watched from a distance. For the first time in their lives, nobody pushed them aside. Nobody shouted at them to leave. People were afraid now. A woman ran up to Mama Esi, nearly kneeling. "Mother, please. Say something. You warned us." Mama Esi rested both hands on her stick. "I already did. But what do we do now?" She looked toward the river's new path. "Listen." "To what?" the woman cried. "To yourselves." By midday, hunger sharpened tempers. A man stormed into the square. "We must bring back the twins' fish." Another snapped, "You ate them." A third shouted, "Then bring the twins." The crowd turned as one. Nan felt her stomach drop. "Nana." Hands reached out, not violent, but desperate. "Come," an elder said stiffly. "We need to talk." Mama Esi raised her stick slightly. "Be careful with your tone." The elder swallowed. "We are careful now." They sat beneath the old tree, villagers forming a loose circle around them. "You children have always fished respectfully," the elder began. "You worked harder than most." Nana stared at him. "Now you notice?" Murmurs spread. The elder cleared his throat. "If the river listens to you." "It doesn't listen to us," Nenne interrupted. "It listens to truth." Someone scoffed. "Truth doesn't fill pots." Mama Esi's voice cut through, calm and sharp. "Neither does greed." Silence. The elder sighed. "What must we do?" Mama Esi didn't answer immediately. She tapped her stick against the ground once. "Return what you took." A man shouted, "How?" "We ate it." "Then return what it represented." Confused looks. "Humility," she said. "And apology." Laughter burst out, thin and nervous. "You want us to apologize to children?" Nana's voice was quiet. "You already know why the river moved." That night, something unexpected happened. One by one, villagers came. Not together. Not loudly. A woman placed a bowl of yams outside the twins' hut. "I'm sorry," she whispered. An old man followed, head bowed. "I laughed that day. I shouldn't have." Another came crying. "My children are hungry. I was angry at myself, not you." Nan sat silently, tears running down her cheeks. She hadn't known apology could hurt this much. Nana whispered, "Why now?" Mama Esi answered softly, "Because loss teaches faster than wisdom." On the 6th day, the drums returned. Slow. Careful. Not for celebration. The village gathered by the river's new edge, carrying what little they had, food, cloth, tools. Not as offerings to the water, but as symbols. The elder stepped forward. His voice trembled. "We forgot who we were," he said. "We forgot how to share." He turned toward the twins. Forgive us. Nanna looked at Nenne. She nodded slightly. We forgive, Nanna said. But forgiveness doesn't command rivers. Mama Esi stepped forward, her feet steady. The river does not punish, she said. It responds. She raised her stick and struck the ground once. Watch. The water rippled. Just a little. People leaned forward. A small school of fish appeared near the edge, not many, but real. Alive. Gasps erupted. It's coming back, someone cried. Mama Esi shook her head gently. No. The ripples moved closer to the twin side of the bank. The fish followed. Not toward the village. Toward Nanna and Nenne. The crowd fell completely silent. The elder whispered, "What does this mean?" Mama Esi smiled, peaceful. It means blessings move toward responsibility. That evening, Mama Esi called the twins to sit beside her. You will leave, she said simply. Nenne's eyes widened. Leave? Yes. Nanna swallowed. Because of the river? Because of the future, she replied. She placed a small carved object into Nanna's hand, an old river marker. The river chose you, she said. Not to rule, but to guide. Nenne's voice shook. What about you? Mama Esi smiled softly. I have already lived where I was needed. As dawn broke, villagers gathered silently, watching the twins pack. No one stopped them. No one mocked them. The river shimmered beside them, alive again, smaller but steady. Nanna looked back once. Will you remember? The elder nodded. We will try. Mama Esi squeezed their hands. Trying is where hope begins. If you've stayed this far, you're part of this story now. And stories like this only survive when they're shared. The journey lasted 3 days. They followed the river as it curved away from the village, not rushing it, not forcing it. Mama Esi walked slowly, leaning on her stick, stopping when she needed to breathe. The twins never complained. On the second night, they slept under the open sky. Nenne whispered, Do you think the river knows where it's going? Mama Esi smiled in the darkness. Rivers always know. It's people who forget. Nanna stared at the stars. What if we fail? You will, she replied calmly. He turned. You say that like it's normal. It is, she said. Failure teaches better directions than fear. By the third morning, they reached a place untouched by footsteps. The land was wide and green, quiet but alive. The river slowed there, spreading gently, feeding the soil. Fish swam openly, unafraid. Nenne gasped. It's beautiful. Mama Esi lowered herself onto a stone. Her breathing was heavier now. This is where I stop, she said softly. Nanna's heart tightened. What do you mean? She took his hand, then Nenne's. My work was never the river, she said. It was you. Nenne shook her head. You're coming with us. Mama Esi smiled. I already am. Her grip loosened gently, like someone falling asleep during a story they love. The river whispered. They buried her beneath a tree facing the water. Nanna pressed his forehead to the earth. I don't know how to do this without you. Nenne cried openly. You promised you'd stay. The river shimmered again, not loudly, not violently, but with warmth. Fish gathered near the bank. Nanna stood slowly. She didn't leave us, he said quietly. She planted us. They stayed. At first, they fished only enough to survive. Then enough to share. Travelers passing by the road stopped, surprised. Who taught you this? One asked. Our grandmother, Nenne replied. Word spread. People came, not to take, but to learn. How do you fish without emptying the river? How do you share without fighting? How do you lead without shouting? Nanna always answered the same way. We listen. Seasons passed. The river grew wider, calmer, stronger. A small settlement formed nearby, no walls, no guards, no hoarding. When arguments arose, they talked. When food was scarce, they shared. When someone grew greedy, the river grew quiet again, just enough to remind them. One evening, an elder from their old village arrived. He stood awkwardly, eyes lowered. "I came to see if the stories were true." Nan smiled gently. "Which stories?" "That 2 orphans became guardians." Nanna replied, "We are still orphans." The elder shook his head. "No," he said. "You are ancestors in the making." That night, Nanna stood by the river alone. "I'm scared," he admitted softly. The water moved. "I don't want to become like them," he whispered. "I don't want power to change me." The river remained steady. Nan joined him. "Mama ESI said power only reveals who you already are." He exhaled slowly. Years later, children gathered by the water at dusk. "Tell us the story again," one begged. Nanna sat on a rock. Nan beside him. "Which part?" she asked. "The part where the river moved," the child said. Nanna smiled. "The river didn't move because of magic," he said. "It moved because people forgot how to be human." "And why did it come back?" another asked. Nan answered, "Because someone remembered." If this story touched you, even a little, don't let it end here. Backhand index pointing right, like this video so stories like this reach others. Backhand index pointing right, comment what part stayed with you the most. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to the Story Atlas TV for unforgettable African stories filled with wisdom, hope, and truth. Some stories entertain. Others become part of you. Thank you for listening.